Welcome back to In Vivo. I am here with Marjorie Pezzoli, and she paints silk scarves for a living. And how did you get started, Marjorie, in scarves, painting scarves?
Actually, I was over 20 years ago, a friend of mine was painting silk, and she asked me if I wanted to intern with her. And I said yes. My son was 2 and I needed something new to do.
Fabulous. And what was your inspiration for painting?
It's just fun playing with color.
Is it? And I understand that you had an experience in your life that really drove you to create and express your creativity. You want to tell us about that?
Well, it's been an ongoing process as far as painting on silk. It's something that I just love doing. The joy of color. It's like painting on air. There's no resistance to the brush at all.
It's fabulous.
So 2 years ago, yes, I did have a triple whammy play come into my life, but I'm persevering, and color is my therapy. And my daughter told me a long time ago, "Mom, you are a silk painter." So I honor her every time I paint.
And unfortunately, you lost her, your daughter.
Yes, I did. But when the lifeguards were bringing her in, she went swimming by herself. A big, huge, beautiful rainbow formed over the end of Scripps Pier, and that sign made the unbearable bearable. And I'm just here to say, you know, everybody has something that happens in your life. Find something that brings you joy, and you can keep going.
Well, there's always a rebirth from a death, and it's real apparent that this has been your rebirth. Now, you have a silk quilt that you are participating. Tell us about the silk quilt.
I'm a member of the San Diego Silk Guild, and we had 1 or 2 squares that we all were able to paint. And my 2 squares were based on my daughter's wire work, because she did incredible artwork herself. So I was very pleased to see that they made it into the quilt.
That's fabulous. Now, you teach as well.
Yes, I do.
And where do you teach?
I teach out at Fusion Glass in La Mesa. I can also have a portable mobile class and come to your place, your home or business.
And now, where can we purchase your scarves?
Fusion Glass in La Mesa, SoCal Queen in La Jolla. If you're in Monterey, the Museum of Monterey, and up in Oceanside, the gift shop of the Oceanside Museum of Art.
It's fabulous. Now, you were in a book. You have here on the display. Some of your work was in this book.
Yes, when I first started painting silk when my kids were very little, I had to do something I could get done quickly, and nobody was doing silk buttons to the nth degree like I did, so I made it into the silk book. And there's a picture of a dress on the very end that should be in the next coming silk book by Janice, and Diane Tuckman. That's in the process, and that project was part of Art Meets Fashion with the San Diego Visual Arts Network. And another project that they put on was Sea Changes. And so the ocean-inspired pieces were from that, and Debbie Solon at Fusion Glass. We also did recycled jellyfish, and they're making their way around, and they'll be in Chula Vista at the Living Coast Center.
When will they be showing there?
That'll be spring or summer. They were in Santa Cruz for a good 3 months, and the Museum of Monterey, and they went back up for first night, and now they're coming down here. And
Lovely. Now, you're going to teach us how we can dye or paint our own scarves.
yes.
Okay, I'll let you begin.
So the scarves that I do, I use French dyes. You have to steam set them for 2 to 4 hours. This is a great intro class. These are heat set dyes. I don't have to stretch them. I don't have to do all the fancy stuff, and yet you can get really nice results. Very interesting.
Beautiful.
And I do have a more involved class as well, but this is just really fun. I'm going to dip this in water. That way I don't have to iron it to get started.
Pure white silk.
Yep, all my scarves. start off white. And Debbie and I are planning on doing yardage. We're getting ready for a fashion show in the spring with Leonard Simpson. So we're hoping to get pieces completed for that. So we collaborate on work.
Hold it for you.
And I'm just going to pick just a couple colors, and I'm just going to scrunch this up. This is called scrunch and run. It's not a technical term, but it works. And to me, it's just magic every time the brush touches. And the colors just start to glide around. And when I'm working on my other scarves that I get stretched out, every now and then something will happen that I didn't plan.
Imagine that.
So all I do, I go with the flow, and that's kind of my philosophy of life as well. If you do it in 2 other spots, it looks like a design element. And I tell all of my students, remember when you were 5 years old and you could do no wrong with color? Mm-hmm. Well, this is it. If you want to draw things, you can, but you don't have to. So it's not intimidating. It's just, you just let go and have fun.
The history of scarves, 200 CE, and they originally started in Rome, and they are the precursor for the neckties that the men wear. Beautiful.
Well, and silk is just, it's very luminous, and there's all different types. There's jacquard silks that have patterns already in the fabric. Those are some of my favorite scarves to work on. Actually, the scarf that you're wearing right now,
Beautiful.
My son and I worked on that together.
It's beautiful.
And then I also have Alyssa's scarf. It's right next to the red one. We did that together as well. So it's really nice to have something to wear that your kids have made, mementos. And
because when you're creating, you're also putting your energy into it. You're putting your energetic signature on your creation. So you and your son have created together, and so have your daughter. Mm-hmm. And your energy is in the scarf. Oh, wow. And it's fairly no mess, really. I mean, considering.
You know, and what's nice, when you wear something that's unique, that's handmade, people know you think outside of the box. Mm-hmm. So if you're in an office, you can put something on, look fabulous, think differently. And
this is beautiful.
Just the act of creating, it creates more stimulation.
Now, isn't that beautiful? That is beautiful.
So we're just going to let that dry as it is.
Marjorie, you have been a delight, and your artwork and your scarves are absolutely magnificent.
Oh, and here's something fun. On that corner, when you add salt to the dye, you never know what's going to happen, and you get these really fun random patterns.
It's fabulous.
So it's all about the joy of color and creating.
Marjorie, thank you so much for being on our show and teaching us how to paint the scarves, and good luck with your silk and your show. And I understand you're working on a clothing line. You'll have to come back on another show and let us know how that's going.
Debbie and I will do that, and we'll be doing more work with sea changes, and that was 7 scientists and 7 artists.
It's fabulous. PezzoliArt.com?
Yes.
Thank you.